Good afternoon. Okay, this is the day two of factoring trinomials using AC. Okay, as you always know, I always give you a warm-up problems, but we're not gonna actually waste any time in this kind of warm-up because the only thing you have to do here is FOIL. Okay, and FOIL, everybody should be familiar with that. Okay. Ok, niños, ahora vamos a continuar con el tema factorizando trinomios usando el AC, ¿ok? Lo mismo que hicimos ayer. Como siempre, yo les doy problemas de calentamiento, pero no lo voy a hacer con ustedes esta vez porque esto simplemente es multiplicando binomios usando el FOIL. Todo el mundo sabe cómo hacer FOIL, solo no quiero perder tiempo en eso. Vamos de lleno a entrar entonces a la lección. Acuérdense que es una continuación de lo de ayer, prácticamente el proceso va a ser lo mismo. Okay, so guys, we're going to start with the lesson again. Remember, it's a continuation of what we did yesterday. Okay, so I'm dedicating another day to this topic so you can become a little more confident when you do your homework today. So I gave you the steps here in English and Spanish so you can follow. You can read it. Okay, and like I said, I want to make this lesson short, so let's begin. All right. Remember, when we factor in trinomials, when the leading coefficient is greater than 1, we have to find the AC. Recuerden, muchachos, esto es una continuación de lo de ayer. Cuando nosotros estamos factorizando trinomios cuando el valor de A es mayor que 1, tenemos que usar el bridge method, o sea, tenemos que hacer el AC, encontrar AC, que sería el valor del nuevo valor de C. So guys, the first thing we have to do is find AC. So now, remember, it's a multiplication of these two. So AC here should be positive 4. Then the first thing you have to do is open up your set of parentheses, keep the value of A, so it's going to be 2x here, 2x there. Because that's positive, it's going to be same signs, so they're both going to be plus and plus. And two factors of 4 that when I add them up will give you 5 is 4 and 1. Now, in this case, this one has a greatest GCF, which is 2. So if we divide that by 2, the answer should be x plus 2. And we're going to bring down the next binomial because that one is already simplified. Okay, so like I promised, hopefully this homework you'll do better than the homework that you did today. So muchachos, este es lo mismo de ayer. Lo único que espero que en la tarea de hoy hagan mejor que la tarea de ayer, ¿verdad? Porque es el mismo procedimiento. Lo único es que quiero darle más práctica para que aprendan a resolver este tipo de problemas. So first thing we have to do, you have to find AC, which is multiplying 3 times 4, and that will be positive 12. Now open your set of parentheses. You have to keep the leading coefficient 3x and 3x. Because this one is positive, we're going to have equal signs. They're both going to be plus because that takes the sign of the middle term. And 2 factors of 12 that when we add it will give us 13 is going to be obviously 12 and 1. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Now the GCF here is 3, okay? So when I divide by 3, I have left x plus 4, parentheses, 3x plus 1. Nothing new, same as yesterday, all right? Now, my new AC here, or my new value of C is gonna be negative 12. When I multiply these two, okay, I get negative 12. Now, when the last term is negative, we're going to need different signs, okay? So remember, you always keep the leading coefficient 2x and 2x. Now, because this is minus, we're going to need different signs, okay? So, if you remember yesterday, I told you to try to keep the middle term sign in the first bubble or in the first set of parentheses. So you know that your larger term's gonna go in here. So 2 factors of 12 that when I subtract them will give me 1. Okay, it's gonna be 4 and 3. Now remember, when we have the same sign, we add the factors. When we have different signs, we subtract the factors. So now the GCF here is 2, and if I divide that, will be x plus 2, and I'm going to bring down the next one. All right? Just as a review, okay? Remember, same signs, okay? Same signs and different signs. Now, my AC here is going to be negative 20. And because that's negative, we're going to need different signs, okay? Remember, you don't have to write that on the homework. I'm just letting you know what you need to do so you can memorize, okay? We still have to keep the leading coefficient in both bubbles. So 4x here, and different signs. So I'm going to keep my minus here and my plus here. 2 factors of 20, that when I subtract it will give me 19. Obviously going to be 20 times 1. So the GCF here is 4. So if I divide by 4, I will get x minus 5. And I'm going to bring down the other binomial, and that should be my answer. Let's turn the page. Okay. Here we have to find the AC, and my AC is negative 40. Now, with this one, I'm going to skip all the other information that I put in my previous 4 problems, okay? In here, I'm just going to work straightforward, knowing that you already know the process, okay? So aquí en este, muchachos, no voy a escribir signos diferentes, nada de eso, ok? Porque ya ustedes saben, el proceso, simplemente resuelvan. So, let's open our set of parentheses. I'm going to keep 5x here and 5x here, and because that's negative, I need different signs. So I'm going to keep my minus here and my plus here, okay? Because I like to use, remember, I like to use the middle term sign first. 2 factors of 40, that when I subtract it will give me negative 6, so it has to be 10 and 4. Now this one I had to divide by 5, and I will have left x minus 2, and that will remain the same. Okay? Let's continue. AC here is positive 9. You know that because it's positive, both bubbles are going to have the same sign, okay? So I'm going to keep my 9x here, and they're both going to be minus because of that. Okay? So, 2 numbers that I'm going to multiply them will give me 9, and added will give me 6. Because remember, when this is positive, you're going to have same signs. So your factors are going to be added, not subtracted, right? So it will be 3 and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times plus 3 is 6. Now, here, they both have the same common factor, right? The GCF. So when I divide, I'm going to have 3x minus 1. 3x minus 1. Many of you are writing the answer like this, which is fine. But remember, you should haven't done that because I didn't teach you that in the previous lesson. Now that I'm teaching it to you, I will consider correct if you write it like that. But before, remember, I didn't explain where did this come from, right? Now I did. Okay, so let's continue. This is going to be a big number. So it's going to be 162, I think it's 324, okay? So let me just double check, okay, because I haven't done it. 4 times 81 is 324, so I'm right. So remember, that's positive. So both bubbles are going to be negative, all right? So I'm gonna keep my 4x minus, 4x minus, in 2 factors of 34, that when I add it will give me 39. And I believe it's 17 and 12. So let me see if that works. No, it's not 17 and 12. Maybe, oh no, 39 Okay, so let me see, 324 divided by 8. Nope. 324 divided by 9, 36. And 36 times, hold on a second guys, I'm a little confused here. So 36 times 9, okay, so 36 and 9 will give me 45. So it has to be a different number. Okay, 19 times 18, no. Let me just get the other calculator so I can figure that out, because even though it's a big number, I still need help. 1 second. Okay, second, 224 divided by x. Okay guys, let's see which number, because I've not done it before. It has to be, hold on, not 50. 36 and 9 is 40, what? 27 and 12. Oh, before I say 12 and 17, I was close. And it's 27 and 12. Let's see, yes. So 27 and 12. Now this one doesn't have a GCF, but this one does, which is 4. So I'm gonna keep this one the way it is, and this one becomes x minus 3. I didn't think I give you a larger number on the homework, but if I did, you have to find a way to figure out. So my AC here is gonna be 90, and because that's positive, my parentheses is gonna have the same sign, which is going to be both minus. And two numbers that when I multiply, they will give me 90, and added will give me 19. It's gonna be 10 and 9. 10 times 9 is 90, 10 plus 9 is 19. So the GCF here is 10. So I will have x minus 1 here, and then x minus 9 here. Now, I'm not giving you any of these problems on the homework, right? But just for future reference, you know, because you might see this in future classes. And if you're gonna be with me next year in part 2, you're gonna see this again. So I'm gonna give you like a little introduction of what you're going to see next week. The problem is in English and Spanish, okay? So remember, we're talking about a rectangle here, all right? And they give me the area. So just for you to know, this is a rectangle. So the area, the inside is equals to 3x squared plus 14x plus 15. So we're looking for the length and the width. That's what it says. Find the dimensions, okay? So the dimensions have to be length and width. So what do we have to do? We have to factor, okay? So if we factor, because that's greater than 1, we have to use the AC. And the AC here will be 3 times 15, positive 45. And because it's positive, both bubbles are going to have the middle term sign, and the middle term sign, I'm sorry, which is going to be plus. So the first thing you have to do is do 3x plus, and 2 factors of 45, that when you add them up will give you 14. It has to be 9 and 5. 9 times 5 is 45, 9 plus 5 is 14. Now, the GCF here is only this one, and that will give you x plus 3, and you bring down the rest. So that will be the dimensions. So it doesn't matter which one will be the length or which one will be the width, because multiplication is commutative, all right? So, muchachos, tienen que hacer este mismo proceso, buscar el AC, dividir entre máximo común divisor, y cualquiera de los dos puede ser el largo y el ancho, porque la multiplicación es conmutativa. So, the length will be x plus 3, right? and the width will be 3x plus 5. So that should be your answer right here. But again, you don't have to do this in the homework. This is another one, okay? And we're talking about a rectangular pool, which is the same thing, okay? Same thing. We're gonna do a rectangle. So that the pool, and remember, rectangle opposite sides are equal. En un rectángulo los lados opuestos son congruentes o son iguales. So the area that I'm giving you is 10x squared minus 19x minus 15, okay? So now, if I give you the length, which is 5x plus 3, so I'm telling you that this is 5x plus 3, so that's the length. So we're looking for the width. So to find the width, we have to factor. So we have to find the AC. It's Jocelyn, honey, okay? So we have to find the AC, which is negative 150, okay? So we'll do our bubbles, and because that's negative, we're gonna need 1 plus and 1 minus, okay? So that means that the minus is gonna be the larger one, and that's gonna be plus. So two numbers that when you multiply them will give you 150, and subtract it will give you 19. So let's see, let me use my trick here because 150 divided by x. So let's see, 50, 25 and 6. 25 and 6 because remember 25 and 6. So the 25 has to be the largest and 6 has to be the smallest. 25 times 6 is 150 and 25 minus 6 is 19. So if I divide by 5, I'm sorry, so here will be 2x minus 5. And if I divide by 2 here, that will be 5x plus 3. Remember, they're already giving me that the length, so the width has to be this. So your answer should be 2x minus 5, okay? Again, you don't have anything like this in the homework, but everything you have learned about factoring trinomials, binomials, or factoring GCF, we use those methods in real life problems, okay? So it's good for you guys to learn everything. Remember, everything we teach you, you're gonna, at some point in your life, you're gonna use it, or you're gonna need it. So muchachos, no tienen ningún problema de esto en la tarea, pero es muy importante que ustedes la aprendan, porque el hecho de que solo usemos números cuando hacemos los procedimientos no quiere decir que no existen los problemas verbales donde tenemos que usar esos conocimientos que hemos aprendido, okay? So with this one, we finish the 5th week, and we have only 3 more days next week, and school is over. Ok, muchachos, con esto terminamos la 5ª semana y nos quedarían 3 días de clase la próxima semana. En la escuela de verano terminamos. Por aquellos que trabajaron conmigo constantemente, se los agradezco, y por los que no, pues lo siento, nada que yo pueda hacer. So guys, have a nice evening and stay healthy. Bye.